Today on the Parlance podcast, we have a guest who's not only keeping people safe in his role as a safety captain at Dealer Tire, but also carving out his own lane as a storyteller and a creative mind. Jason Capirchio has already achieved some incredible milestones, publishing his first 3 screenplays, winning multiple awards for his writing, and even launching a dating idea website. His dream is to write and direct screenplays that become some of the best films ever made, and he's committed to bringing more of his stories to life, while also continuing to grow in his professional career. Everybody, please welcome to the Parlance podcast, one of the most genuine men that I know, and a great father, Jason Capirchio. Woo! It's gonna be cool. One day I'm gonna have a live audience, man. We're gonna have.
I think you should have your own goddamn talk show.
Oh, thanks, man. That's the goal.
Yeah, it would be good.
But how you doing, man?
I'm doing well.
That's good.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be here. An honor to be part of your vision because I think it's a beautiful one.
Thank you, man. That means a lot. So let's take it to the beginning. Let's get to know Jason. What was life for Jason like growing up?
So childhood.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty rough. We moved around a lot. Didn't have a lot of places to live when we were growing up. It was a tough upbringing with my stepfather and stuff. We struggled a lot, and that's what made me, want to play sports and kind of hide myself in writing to try to hide what was going around. I started writing when I was 10. It was a way to get out of whatever you're facing, I think,
Okay, then that's understandable. Because I tell everybody who I pretty much talk to when they ask me how I started in music and stuff like that is legitimately, man, wasn't the most popular kid in school, so when I used to walk home from school, not all the time, but most of the time I walked home by myself.
Oh.
And I would have my headphones in and I would listen to music, man, and I remember listening to certain artists and some of the things that they were going through, and it made me feel like I wasn't alone, It made me feel like, there's people in higher places and people who have achieved things that I'm trying to achieve, who have gone through and are still going through some of the same struggles that I'm going through. And it inspired me to write, which was actually a question that I had for you, but you kind of just answered it. The struggles that you had coming up inspired you to write.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, there's a lot of talented people who I know. They make music, or they can sing, they can rap, or they have a creative mind similar to yourself, but they're too scared to act on it, to pursue it. What gave you the gumption? What gave you the bravery to actually pursue it?
Well, so when I was a kid, I wrote all my stuff, and the way I did it was I had paper and I would fold it in a comic book format, and I would, when I was 10 years old and all the way up until probably 2002, and I would staple the sides and then draw a picture on the front, which my drawings are horrible. But the writing was what was important. I could read my own handwriting, so eventually I typed it up, right, so everybody could read it. And I when I wrote this stuff, I had like a kind of like a backpack that I would put it all in, and I had over 300 stories. But I kept it to myself because it was a way of me, kind of escaping things, and in the mind, and when I write, the way my mind works is when I am writing, I see the story playing, and I'm writing what I see visually, and then when I stop writing, and then it's like the movie's on pause and then on play when I'm back, and I'm just writing. I'm watching it unfold, so I don't have a plan of my writing. Yeah, I just let it take me. So there is no setup,
That's beautiful.
I've always used it as an escape. So if I went through something tough in life, that was the drive to get out. and yeah, getting out was the goal. And but anyways, I left it in my backpack for years and years and years, and then I met my wife, and she found out like that I wrote and stuff, and I haven't written in years, and she read my stories and said, "You need to do something with this." And then I started up again, and then you find struggles throughout adulthood that you have, whether it's your job where you're not happy or something else, and that puts the gas in the tank again for me.
That's powerful, and the reason why I say that, man, because I was watching Will Smith and Martin Lawrence on this show called The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And Will Smith, he said that in life we all create characters that give us some sort of redemption. And it's funny. So I remember I used to have 2 jobs about a year ago.
Oh yeah.
And
you work so hard in everything you do.
I do. I try.
Yeah, you.
But long story short, like I remember I was playing one of the coworkers some of my music. I forgot how we got in the topic of how I make music, and he said, "Man, when I listen to you make music, or when I listen to your music, it doesn't sound like you. It sounds like you created a different version of yourself." And then it took me back to what Will Smith has said when he said that we all create some type of character that give us redemption. So do you feel like when you get lost in your stories and you're using that to heal or using that to explain the way you feel, you know what I'm saying, to get out of the hell that you're trying to escape, you feel like that creative side of you gives you redemption?
Yeah, I mean, it's equivalent to me punching a hole through a concrete wall when I'm writing, and I'm ripping it off, and I'm going to fight through it. Physically, but mentally, and mentally is physically. It all plays the role, and and then you mention your music. Yeah, your music is it's something that's real that people can relate to, and when you get something that's real that people can relate to, that not someone pushes the envelope to just create something. It's not just something; it's everything that you have into that.
I appreciate that,
and I think that's what separates people like us from others.
And that's something that I pride myself on, bro. Because I've listened to so many people over the years tell me what I need to do with the podcast, what I need to do with the music,
right,
to appeal to the masses, or to you need to make this type of song, man, that be played in the club. I don't want to make that type of song, and if I do, I don't want to do it because you tell me I have to.
Yes,
I want to, like you said, if I'm feeling something, I want to sit down. I want to write it, and I want to put it out, because that's my equivalent to punching a hole in the wall too.
Yeah, no, that's it's what's real, right? What's real is it's coming out of you, and people can relate to it, and that's the magic.
Yeah, that is the magic. So with that being said, when you write, is there a particular, I guess, writer, producer? Is there somebody that you look up to?
I look up to anybody who's at the top, but was at the bottom and knew what it took to get to the top, because that tells me that they gave everything they have, even if it's something I don't like watching or don't like listening to.
So it's not even necessarily a name that you look up to; it's a story.
The struggle that took place to get to the top.
Okay, so that's beautiful, bro. Because like I said, the reason why I like the artists that I like is not because of the name; it's because if you listen to what they have gone through, you start to feel like I'm not by myself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a comforting feeling, man.
It is. It's like you look at even artists like in fighting, right? You look at Mike Tyson and where he came from, the bottom, and went to the top, and he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed, and then his manager took all his money, right? Mm-hmm. But you get a guy like that who's a one in a generation talent, and that's completely aside from like what we're talking about. But I mean, I admire that. And I admire to fight. I admire to fight in front of somebody, inside of somebody, whether it's verbal, visual, or physical.
Yeah.
And I think it's a beautiful thing to any way you can showcase what you got inside of you.
That is very true. So do you have a favorite filmmaker or writer?
I would say John Steinbeck was a great writer that I really enjoyed growing up, reading. filmmaker, I would definitely, I would say Steven Spielberg. I mean, he and I know that's like one of everybody's favorites, but what got me into him was he grew up with nothing and would play with his action figures and film them and try to like make a movie out of it, and I think he grew up in like a trailer park or something, but then he kept that vision and that storytelling. And then you have E.T., you have Extraterrestrial, you have other films that he made that were just so phenomenal. And then I feel like he lost his vision because then you get to the top. Now people are going to say like, "What's your next big film? What's your next big film?" Then he's coming out with this, coming out with that. But it felt like he lost his touch, and you lose your touch with kind of like reality. I feel because you can relate when you struggle, and when you're up there, you either keep relating and keep being humble, or you fall into your own ego,
Okay, so I do have a question that kind of relates to that. First part of the question is how can you tell when somebody like that is losing their touch? Like, how do you watch and be like, yeah, they not operating the same way?
When they like what you were saying, when people point out your flaws and tell you what you need to do, they forgot how they found themselves, and they think that they can tell you how to find you.
Damn. I'm gonna use that in a song. I just want you to know. God damn. You ever been in the gym and you knew like, I got to got work any day, but you just ain't having enough energy?
I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. Just that little extra man, but
So let me tell you what I do.
Okay.
I visit Red Cotton Bun. They have an app, they have a website, and I got this Total War.
Oh, okay.
They got pre-workouts just like this Total War that I got. They got other supplements that you can use, and they got merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do is download the app or visit the website. Use my discount code DNarrative1208.
Okay.
20% off your purchase, man.
I said less, my guy.
You know what, man? Not to make it personal. I was talking to my girlfriend about this a couple days ago. Sometimes I feel like people just poke at me. And I don't do the same thing to other people. I just try to focus on being the best version of myself. And there's times where I feel when I get poked at, it's just unprovoked. It's like, what did I do to cause this from you? And I listen to it though, because then I go, you're not poking at me because of something that I'm doing. You're poking at me because something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to realize that too. So it's powerful that you said that because it's crazy how things line up. Because I literally was just talking to AJ about that. Like, I feel like people just been poking at me lately. And it's actually crazy that it's happening now. Is because now has been the most consistent I have been with anything in my life because I'm trying to make a way.
Yeah, and where there's a building going up, there's someone trying to bring it down, and you're going up.
I mean, you got this song too. I mean, I can give you some money if the song.
Oh no! I used to write music when I was a teenager, and just but poetically, not really with music in mind in the background. When aside from my writings, but just try to put words in there that people are trying to that maybe they can understand. But I feel exactly 100% with how you feel about everything.
Yeah, I just feel like when you're trying to do something,
there's always going to be that. I mean, in work and in life, there's always going to be someone trying to bring you down to bring themselves up because that's the only way they feel good about themselves.
Yeah, and I think that's shitty.
It is.
Even like me personally, man, when I see somebody doing better than me, I'm just gonna try to learn from you.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I've said it on multiple episodes. I personally can't stand when somebody is better than me at something, and it's just because that's something that I have to figure out within myself. It's a competitive nature, maybe some trauma that I haven't taken that deep dive into.
Right.
But I know for a fact I do have a thing where if somebody is stronger than me, if somebody can rap, sing better than me, it bothers me. But I never take the approach of trying to tear somebody down because it has nothing to do with them.
Well, here's what I think it is with you is I don't think it's jealousy. I think it motivates you.
It does.
It motivates you to the next level, I think, which is a beautiful thing.
Thank you, man.
Yes, and it's not the same thing as like like my grandfather said, jealousy is worse than hate, because hate you want nothing to do with the person. Jealousy, you want to see them fail, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to see that. The person that you see succeed, you want to see yourself succeed.
I want to see myself in that light.
And that's the way to look at it, right?
Yeah.
You see someone successful, it just motivates you. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Now I feel a little bit better about myself, but there's times like I'm trying to. I haven't continued it, but I was reading this book called The Way of the Superior Man, right?
I've heard of
and
that.
it was this particular part that stuck with me where it says basically, not verbatim, but as a man, you need to be aware of the way you feel and you have to accept it. So I've started practicing when I feel a way that I'm not sure is completely right, I try to verbalize it to myself. I try to make sense of it in that moment. And I try to literally, I will walk away and go, I'm feeling this way right now and I don't know why. This is something that triggered the way that I'm feeling and I need to know why. So I'm trying to be transparent with myself and accept it, even if it's something that it pokes at my own ego.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm feeling this way. I don't like that I feel this way, but this is how I'm feeling right now. I don't even know where this feeling is coming from. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I can honestly say, when I see somebody who's better than me at something, it bothers me, but it's not like I want to see you fail because I don't want that for nobody. I just want to get where you at. I want to be able to do things that you do. You know what I'm saying? So I will never tear you down because you've done the work to get to where you are, or God gave you an ability to be above a level that I can be at right now.
Right.
But I just knew that it bothered me for some reason. And it didn't lead me to poke at somebody, though. It led me to work harder.
Yes.
You know? So, kind of back on course. I think we were talking about it before. So I knew a guy back at my other job. He used to be into creative writing like you are.
Okay.
But he was more into trying to write TV series.
Oh, TV series. Yeah. That's a lot of.
And
yeah.
He said the more that he learned about creative writing, the more that he noticed he would critique TV shows and movies to the point where sometimes he would even go back and watch something that he thought he liked and have a completely different opinion on it. Wow. Do you do the same thing? Like, as a writer, do you look at something and go, this was poorly written?
Yeah, I do. And so the thing about your friend is he was the only one that was writing the TV series?
Mm-hmm. That's the only other guy I know.
A lot of TV series will have up to 12 writers. So, yeah, I would definitely... I see what he's saying, because you can watch something, love it, and then go back and then not like it. Say you go back and you go, man, episode 1, that was beautiful, right, in the TV series. And you watch episode 2, you're like, man, that's horrible. I mean, you have all these different writers in a room that are coming up with different ideas for different reasons. Ego upon themselves, or just genuinely how they feel. And one is going to outclass the other, and the other one's going to, it might come. You're going to come out with stuff that contradicts itself all the time.
You know what, man? And it's crazy that you say that. Because when I had that conversation with him, I tried to pay attention to it, just because I'm a big perspective guy. Right. So that it's just one of those things. When he said it, it sparked something on the hell. Let me see if I can start pointing things out myself, just to kind of see things. Yeah. And there were things where I would go, why did they go this direction with it?
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely. I see it a lot, and I'll watch a film that I'm really excited to see, and the first 10 minutes, I'll know, I'm like, oh geez, and I'm like, oh god, I'm like, if only I could stand up and walk out or take a nap without snoring. If I wasn't a snorer, maybe it'd be a good time to take an hour nap, But here's my corniness, right? No, but I could definitely critique it. There's a lot of great films that come out nowadays, and then there's a lot of just rehashed and remakes, and I feel like people are losing their touch with storytelling.
I feel like people are losing their touch with a lot of stuff.
In reality, too, yeah.
Well, I mean, but that's no disrespect. No, it's... respectfully, but I think integrity is missing in a lot of...
Oh, integrity's missing in the world, and since I moved to Ohio, I've met some of the most genuine people like yourself, and it's... it's really hard to find that. When I was in Connecticut, a lot of cutthroat people there. New York City, Boston, people just don't care about other people. They'd drop you off a cliff for if a dollar bill was hanging from your hand and they had that to save your life. But and then I moved to Baltimore and tough. And, and then sometimes the grass isn't greener on the other side, but I moved to Ohio, for work or whatever, but, it was for work. But coming with that, there's always a beautiful side to it, and it's meeting the beautiful people that you come across.
Yeah, that's real. So, you said that your dream is to write and direct films. If you were to give an idea of a film that you plan on bringing to life, what would it be?
An idea for a film,
Mm-hmm.
as in for my creation.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of deep stuff that I have in me that I want to write. I haven't gotten there yet. Some of my big stuff, I feel like, if I could just give the world what it wants and what it's looking for to crack open into that, then I'm going to come out with other stuff that's deeper than anything I've written. I just want to put out something out there that can genuinely help people, change people, make them see the beautiful side of life rather than their struggles, and something that people can relate to, such as your music, And my goal is to, not one in particular film, but to send a message to people. I think when you watch a movie and it moves you to tears or it moves you to laughter, it's making you change how you were before you sat in that chair and pressed play. So I think putting something out there that can, if it challenges within you, it changes you for the better.
I remember, I want to say 6 years ago, maybe. I was working at a pizza place. I was a manager there. And I was driving home and I was listening to Joyner Lucas. And he has this song called Ross Capirchio. And it was based on a true story. And it was about a guy who got set up by a gang member. The he was a potential gang member. He was trying to get inducted into a gang, and they had a initiation process to where he had to kill an innocent victim, and it had to be to get in. It had to be no trace.
Oh yeah.
And it ended up being news. Because he didn't kill him, one, and two, his dumb ass, the guy who shot the potential gang member, called the people on the phone and said, "Hey, I killed him," and they you fucking idiot, don't lead them back to us,
right?
Because they're listening,
right.
So he ended up getting caught because the gang he was trying to break into, they snitched on him because his dumb self called and told and admitted to a homicide attempt over the phone. So the gang members, they ratted on him essentially.
Yeah.
Long story short, Joyner Lucas wrote a song about it.
Wow.
And I remember, like you just said, how certain stuff make you feel.
Yeah.
Or how you sit in this chair and you watch something and you come out different. I remember driving home late at night and I was listening to that song for the first time, and I got chills listening to that song. I got actual chills,
just goosebumps.
It was that moving
to
the point where not only did I get chills listening to the song, I later went home that night and I watched the whole story of it.
Wow.
So, and then even with me though, I want to offer that to the world too.
Oh yeah.
As my homie Joel says, the world is filling up with shit.
Yeah.
If you can make a difference for the people around you, that's what you should do.
Yes,
I'm trying to have kids, man. I don't want my kids to grow up in this shitty world, and I can't protect them for everything. But if I can make a difference for the shit around them, that's what I want to do.
Yes,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Yeah. I can relate to that. Beautifully said.
Thank you, man. So, with that being said, what are some challenges when it comes to writing, though?
I think just finding the time. I got all the stuff built up in me. I'll come home from work and, our job's very physically exhausting and mentally, unfortunately. And Becky will say, you have half an hour, the kids are watching a movie, why don't you go write? And I said, well, I'm mentally and physically exhausted. And it's all about having that time, right? Having that ammunition inside of you to send out those bullets. Whether, you know, when I say it like that, what I mean, like bullets of your ideas, everything popping out, right? But when it's maxed out on everything, and you don't have any ammunition to put out, because you got nothing left in the tank. And being unhappy it gives me energy. So I've been writing a little bit more lately than I had in the past 6 months. So it's a beautiful thing, and it was always an escape for me. So
yeah, I feel the same way, man. There's no more context I can really add to that. I feel the exact same way. When life gets me, that's when I turn to my vice, which is my music, you know. Yeah. And it sucks, man, because I've even heard people say I'm too honest, but it's like I don't have nobody else to tell the truth to. But
no. It's, you know, I think honesty is the best solution to anything, because when you're real, you're you, and whether people like it or not, it's the truth.
Yeah, and I was always taught you had to respect the truth even if you don't like it.
Yes.
Yes. So, final question that I have for you: what does Jason call success? I ask all my guests this, and the reason why I ask them is because it's perspective. It's a perspective-based show. So, what is success to Jason?
Success to me is happiness. If you're happy in life, you're successful. It doesn't matter if you're living under a bridge or whatever. You're in your zone. You're happy. Like I have my wife and kids, and I look at them even if I have a bad day at work and I come home and they're so excited to see me. It could draw a tear to my eye because I know they love me and I love them. And whatever I'm going through, it doesn't matter at work or whatever, because I'm doing it for them.
Damn,
so that's what.
Have you crying on my own show?
No.
Oh God, I'm teary-eyed.
But I don't talk about my anything that I'm going through with even Becky most of the time. I just, because it's deep within my mind, and we're in. When I come home and she's in Zen with life and the kids, and I unlock that part of my mind and close the other, and that's what matters. And it doesn't matter how I feel about. They don't need to know about troubles yet, the kids, and they're 6, 4, and 2, and whatever troubles I'm going through, or if I am or if I'm not. I mean, it's just a perspective, right? Even if I'm not going through anything, I think it's that's where you got to have different locks for different doors, and that's where that door's got to close, and then the light opens in the other door, because they know nothing about bad stuff or anything, and they just know that they're happy to see me, they love me, and they love each other and their mom. And I think that's what happiness is. Happiness is opening that door where all the light is.
Yeah. But I actually have one more question. I know you're a big Patriots fan. Give me how they end the year. Give me their stats. Give me their record.
Their record is going to be undefeated with Stephon Diggs as the MVP holding up the Lombardi.
Okay. All right, man. Again, thank you for coming.
Yes,
man.
Sir.
This has been another. Thank you, man. Are you coming back?
I would come back any single time you need me to. I would love it.
Get used to the face, then. This has been another episode of the Parlance Podcast. Be sure to stream Von Merritt's music. And do you have Facebook, Instagram that you would like to shout out?
Facebook, I use specifically only I don't put any family pictures on there. As me and Becky always talked about, no family photos on Facebook, because I'm friends with a lot of, I'll just friend request anybody that's in the film industry, right? I have no idea who the heck they are. And I just, you don't know who's real and who's not these days with fraud and stuff out there. And you got people, right, creating profiles with other people's pictures saying they're that person and whatnot. So I don't put kids' photos on there, but on my Facebook page, I use it as a tool to advertise for my writing and my dating website stuff. And, it's, and Instagram is that's private for family. On Instagram, I only post family stuff because it's just a different door, different key, different door, and different part of, social media.
So if you say you do the business on the Facebook, right?
Facebook.
Where can they find you at?
Oh, just at my name, Jason Capirchio.
Okay.
Thank God there's only one right now. I think the world only needs one person, you know?
Well, thank you again for coming on, man. And this has been another episode of the Parlance Podcast. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for the support. Love you.
Beautiful spot.
Thank you.
Love it. Thank you.